Buenas a todos, gente de YouTube, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo va? Yo soy el Oso y les traigo un nuevo video. Esta vez estamos en el capítulo número 9 de The Wolf Among Us. Capítulo anterior descubrimos unas cuantas cosas. Descubrimos que al final el asesino de las prostitutas, las mujeres que habían fallecido, eran todos de su jefe, el jefe que nunca me acuerdo el nombre, el que está todo tatuado, que tiene el club este de prostitutas. Las mató todas él. No sabemos, yo no sé, no entendí bien por qué razón. Yo asumo que fue porque no le quedó otra, porque vino a joder todo el hombre torcido, que fue el que claramente lo habrá obligado, asumo yo. Bueno, encontramos el portal, entramos al portal este, el negocio este, no sé cómo se llama, esa puerta, o sea, lo que hicimos nosotros fue entrar por esa puerta donde era un portal. Entramos, encontramos a Tim, que Tim es una persona que trabajaba, o no sé si trabajaba o trabaja, o era parte del juego, era un sustituto, no un sustituto, era un personaje secundario de la trama, no era importante, pero aparecía, era igual como Gren o Grenk, no sé cómo se llama, el que tiene un ojo de vidrio. Lo habíamos visto y parecía un personaje secundario, pero es un personaje importante, parece, porque estaba ahí. Así que nada. Bueno, descubrimos que al final sí fue este tipo, el pelado, el que mató a todas las prostitutas. O sea, las dos que fallecieron. Falleció Vanessa, o me volvió a olvidar el nombre, pero no me acuerdo la chica la que estaba, la que tenía el cinto también. Los estuvimos persiguiendo hasta que después terminó muriendo. Obviamente nosotros le habíamos clavado un cuchillo en la panza. Se va a terminar desangrando. Y su castigo fue dejarlo que se muera, porque claramente se iba a morir de igual forma. No iba a tener salvación el pobre muchacho. Así que nada, gente, sin más dilatación, espero que les esté gustando tanto esta serie como a mí. Estoy más que seguro que a lo mejor este sea el capítulo final. No lo creo, pero bueno, sé que la serie es larga, no voy a hacer el video eterno, pero me parece que este capítulo es el final o el siguiente, porque ya estamos en el episodio 5 y no sé cuánto le faltará, no sé, no me acuerdo cuánto le falta. Así que nada, gente, sin más dilatación, vamos a ir dando comienzo al gameplay en cuestión. Ok, estamos en el lugar, estamos en Artesanías de Metal Shepard. Más tarde de esa noche tenemos un montón de cosas para ver, como el coche, que no sé por qué. Es una limusina en realidad, perdón. Una limusina un poquito chica, ¿eh? Yo pensaba que la limusina era mucho más grande. Sí, está acá todavía porque la limusina está caliente y significa que el motor estuvo prendido hace un ratito. Así que nada, acá debe estar Mary Jane seguramente. Mary Jane dije, no. Mary y el hombre torcido seguro. Nos habían dicho que lo teníamos que llevar al hombre torcido si lo capturábamos. Lo teníamos que llevar hasta donde está donde llevamos el cadáver, ese sótano de la comisaría. Ese sótano que es donde vimos el cadáver de Lily. Que después nos dimos cuenta que era un ogro. O un ogro, un troll, mejor dicho. No sé si se dice troll o ogro, no sé. Pero bueno, es algo parecido. Este es el logo que vimos, que el capítulo anterior, y creo que el anterior también. Justo que pasé yo se prendió la luz, XD. Así que nada, yo creo que es por acá. Tiene que ser acá, no hay otro lugar para donde ir. Acá es donde debería estar el hombre torcido y Mary. Escucho su voz pero no la veo. Debe venir de ahí. Acá hay imágenes, ¿verdad? Tiene un montón de capturas. Joy Snow, hay fotos con Bigby Snow. Esta foto de Bigby y Snow. Nerissa, esta no me acuerdo el nombre. Faith, y esta no sé quién es. La hermana, quiero pensar de ella. O de ella, no sé. Alguna de las dos tenía una hermana, eso me acuerdo. Snow y Holly, Faith y nuestro protagonista, Faith y Nerissa, Faith dándole un beso a Bigby y Bigby solo. No sé qué pasó acá, pero bueno, tiene un montón de fotos, no sé por qué. They'd hide anywhere their small shivering bodies would fit. Hay algo acá. Oh, no.
Silver.
The big bad wolf.
Hola, ¿cómo andas? Iba a tomar agua, pero
It's about time.
mejor no, porque a lo mejor me va a pegar.
I had to
Bueno, no.
take care of some things
Voy a aprovechar
first.
un
Little
segundo.
errand boy. That's nice.
Ah, Bigby. I see you made it here in one piece. I do apologize, but I have some business to attend to. I leave you in the capable hands of my associate. Come find me when you're finished here.
Don't worry. This won't take long.
Get out of my way now. Don't make this worse.
Aw. He doesn't want to play.
I'm sure you'll persuade him.
Hey, I'm talking to you.
Didn't your mother ever teach you manners? Or was she too busy fucking whatever breeze drifted through town? Oh, come on! Is that the best you can do?
Ahí va. Tiene la particularidad que al parecer se hace famoso. No sé por qué iba a decir famoso, sí. Es invisible, se hace invisible. ¿Me tengo que mover? Ah, me tengo que mover. ¡Uy! What the fuck. Bastante rápidos son. Y parece que no es más de una igual, ¿eh? Porque vimos dos juntas. Parece como si fuesen copias de Mary. Ay, no llegué. Tampoco llegué, la puta madre.
Where are you? Come out and face me.
No, man. ¿Qué es eso? What the fuck? Oh. Muchas, boludo. Son muchas copias. No creo que pueda el solo, claramente. man. No sabía que se podía transformar, boludo. Buenísimo. Se las culió a todas. Salvo que solo queda esa, pero bueno, sumo que ese será el original. Justito, ¿no? Casi lo matan igual. Creo que ya... En teoría la matamos. La mató, menos mal. No sabía que se podía transformar en un hombre lobo, literalmente. O sea, un lobo. Porque él es un hombre lobo, pero también se puede transformar en hombre lobo. Pero no sabía que en lobo. Buenísimo. Quedan pelotas, eso estoy seguro. Pero bueno, bien. Por lo menos... Lo logramos. Ay, sí, se quedó en pelotas en serio. Y ahora tenemos que ir a ver al hombre este. Al hombre tuerto. El hombre boludo. El hombre torcido. No sé, pero me salió tuerto.
Hello, Bigby. You look tired.
Give me one good reason not to rip you apart right now.
This gun holds 6 rounds of... I won't miss next time. Before you do anything with me, I thought I should point out a few things. Snow White wants you to bring me back to the woodlands, doesn't she? And that's what I want.
That's right. But what happens to you once you get there is a different story.
I'm not quite finished. You will bring me back alive. Look, all I ask for is the chance to speak for myself in front of the community. And I'm sure Miss White would agree that I should be given a fair trial. Can we at least agree on that? I will have a trial.
You need to tell me right now. We're not going anywhere until I get some answers from you.
If you want answers, you're going to have to cooperate with me.
Pero si le iba a llevar vivo de igual, lo iba a llevar vivo de igual forma. Yo lo quiero llevar vivo. Me lo dijo Snow que lo haga y yo personalmente yo lo quiero llevar vivo.
This is just a precaution. I'm sure you understand.
Porque va a tener que irse encarcelado, obviamente. No. No, pues no, pero de igual forma sos cómplice.
Maybe you didn't carry it out, but I don't think Georgie was lying when he said you ordered their deaths.
Georgie would have said anything to save himself. We both know that. I'm a businessman, not a killer.
There's still a lot you have to answer for.
And I will, as long as you agree to my terms. Because I'm not saying another word until I'm brought before the community. I don't mean to belabor the point, but just so we're clear, if you change your mind and decide to do something stupid, you won't get your answers. But you will have a difficult time explaining yourself to Miss White and the rest of this miserable town. You're often reckless, and I worry you're not thinking of the... Let me ask you an honest question. What do you really care about here? Where this case is concerned, I mean. Do you really want the truth? Or do you just want to look like the hero?
This is about justice. I'm the sheriff. I have to do what's right. 2 people were murdered.
And you know who did it. He's dead, isn't he? My point being, the killer has been dealt with. We've won.
You really think I'm that stupid?
I understand you have an obligation to bring me in, but you can brighten up a little. It's over. So, shall we get going? I'd rather not dawdle.
All right, let's go. Hand over the gun.
I think I'd rather hold on to it, if you don't mind. What do you say? Hey! I'm sure Miss White will be pleased. Such a reliable pup. I understand why she'd want to keep you around.
You're under arrest. You'll be given a trial in front of your peers. And your punishment will follow.
A ver, era lo que yo más pensaba y lo que más quería que pasara. Bueno, por obvias razones.
I know. But we have to do something.
Are you fucking kidding me?
When is this thing
Are
happening?
we sure he's coming?
Yes, you'll have an opportunity to... He's back.
The Crooked Man.
Thank God.
Motherfucker.
Are you okay? It's been hours. We were worried you'd run into some trouble. At the Crooked Man's place.
Well, he didn't make it easy.
What happened?
It doesn't matter. He's here. We got him.
We can talk about it later. You did well, Sheriff. I'm surprised. Not that you did well, but that, you know... I'm just glad you made it back in one piece.
It's about time you showed up. Now throw this asshole down the fucking well.
Yes, what are you waiting for?
You killed Lily!
She was my sister.
Could
What do
you?
you have to say for
Where the
yourself?
fuck do you get off?
Poor
You
girls.
think you have the right
And
to
what
just
about
do this
Faith?
to
What could
people?
they have
You're a
done to
fucking
deserve
crook!
This. You should be ashamed.
Shithole.
Everyone, can I have your attention? Thank you all for coming here on such short notice. I know normally we'd schedule a formal hearing, but considering the circumstances, I thought it best if we do this as soon as possible. The Crooked Man is charged with the murder
As
of
I
Faith
already
and...
informed your sheriff, it was Mr. Georgie Pozo who killed those women, not me.
What? It was Georgie?
Georgie.
Georgie may have killed them, but you made the call.
Do I have to explain the situation to you again?
Wait a minute. So you're saying Georgie's the motherfucker who killed my sister? Well, where is he?
Yeah, you're gonna bring that shithead in too, aren't you?
Yes, Sheriff. Where is that rotten scoundrel now?
Is he still out there?
I sincerely hope not.
Well, where is he?
Sheriff?
Georgie paid for what he did. In the end, there was a fight, and he bled out from his wounds. It's over.
So he's dead? That's what you're saying?
I can't believe it was him.
So you see, the culprit has been punished. There's no
That
need
doesn't
for
change
this.
anything. We'll deal with it later, but right now, you're the one I'm concerned with.
You called the shots. Georgie made that perfectly clear.
In which case, you still have a lot to answer for.
I
And
was
I
told
don't...
I would be allowed to speak.
We have to read the rest of the charges.
What other charges?
Let her finish. Then you can have your say.
Got it?
If you insist.
You are charged with the murder of Faith and Lily, which Georgie carried out on your order, inciting violence against various members of the Fabletown community, including the attempted murder of Sheriff Bigby Wolf,
Twice.
A misunderstanding.
aiding and providing monetary support for the forced prostitution at the Pudding and Pie. Additionally, you are charged with multiple counts of fraud, extortion, racketeering, and the illegal possession and sale of magical artifacts.
And kidnapping Crane at gunpoint.
He went willingly.
Yes, thank you. Now, is there anything you would like to say?
First of all, I had nothing to do with Faith and Lily, so you can strike that one from your little record book.
Bullshit! Like hell you did.
Stop the charade. We know you're an...
Everyone just shut up for a minute.
Habló
Wanted a
no.
chance to talk.
Ahora
Go
habla él.
ahead.
We all know he's guilty. What the fuck does he need to speak
Sí, bueno, pero hay que ser
The Crooked Man has
justos.
committed crimes against this government and, most importantly, its citizens. These charges, if proven, are enough to justify death, upon which your body will be committed to the witching
Where it
well.
fucking belongs.
That's
So
right.
let's get
but
on
we
with it
promised
then.
you a chance to defend yourself, and I won't rob you of that right.
What the
You're
fuck?
really going
This
to
is
let him
about
talk?
justice. If we're ever going to pull ourselves together and make something of this town, we have to start doing things correctly. No more snap judgments, no more secrets. We are going to treat everyone fairly, even when they don't deserve it.
Que tenga el derecho de hablar, de defenderse. Es lo que deben tener todos en realidad. En el mundo real todos tienen derecho a defenderse. Por más que seas un asesino y tengas el cuchillo en la mano con sangre, con todo bañado en sangre de tu víctima, tenés derecho a hablar de igual forma. En teoría.
You've all met Georgie. I don't have to tell
No
you
con
what
esa
kind of
especificación tan, como dije yo, tan cruda de tenés un cuchillo en la mano con sangre, claramente sos vos.
lacking in any sort of moral.
Pero te dan siempre el derecho de hablar,
Him as a
como
friend
él,
to his
ahora
family,
mismo.
see.
Por eso respondo
To
así.
a dying mother.
Are you gonna get to your point or what?
Georgie was working for me, yes. But he was not acting on my behalf when he killed those women. It was his business. And for whatever reason, I'm sure only he could understand, he murdered 2 of his most faithful employees. I had nothing to do with it.
Tell
This
the
is such
fucking
bullshit.
truth for
He's
once.
always been a bit of a powder keg.
If you were so offended by it, why'd you cover it up then? If it had nothing to do with you and your shit, then why'd you try to protect him for so
What
long?
cover up? I never made any attempt to hide Georgie's criminal activity from you. I learned of it myself
For
only
fuck's
recently.
sake. Any of you actually believe this bullshit?
Holly, please.
Tell them, Bigby, when you finally showed up at my door last night, wasn't I more than helpful? I answered your questions. I was willing to cooperate.
What's he talking about?
Yeah, and your goons attacked me. Did you forget that part?
They get a bit carried away sometimes, it's true. Loyal to the end. They do it because they want to protect me, as I've protected them. You understand wanting to protect what you care about, don't you? You'd do anything. You might even give up an innocent man, just to save someone.
Yeah, right. They don't do it because they want to protect you. You intimidate people. Use scare tactics. They're afraid if they don't follow orders, they'll end up dead.
Let me explain this to you. My employees are just that, hired help. I see some of them are here among you. They are not my slaves. They are all free to make their own decisions, as Georgie was.
What about Lily? She wasn't free. She wasn't given a choice. Do you really think she wanted... that any of those girls wanted their lives like that?
I'm sorry, Holly. I'm sorry that your sister asked me for help, and I'm sorry that I decided against my better judgment to give her a distasteful job.
Right, and you kept them in debt so they couldn't leave.
Yeah. That's what you did to us. How you kept us all
You
in
forget
line.
it was not me who put you in that position. You all act like I'm some kind of tyrant. When your government abandoned you, left you poor and helpless, sniveling on street corners, I was there to look out for you.
Yes, but...
Wasn't I?
Crane was the one who let this town go to the fucking dogs. The guy who was in your pocket, remember?
Really? What about Auntie Greenleaf? Her story is not uncommon. She left everything she had back in the homelands. Everything that matters, anyway. With nowhere else to turn, she came to me for help. And what did I do for you?
You got my tree back.
I got her tree back, and in turn we used her magic to help poor Fables get glamours. Because I helped her, she was able to make a living, provide for herself. And what did they do?
For the longest time, not much. But they asked me to come work for them.
Really? The new deputy mayor wants you on the 13th floor?
No. The wolf offered me the job. She wanted my tree destroyed. If she had her way, I'd be hung out to dry on a clothesline by now.
What?
You were gonna burn her tree? Snow, why would you want that?
I know what you're doing, and it's not gonna work. You can't manipulate us or these people. We're not here to talk
Oh,
about
we're
this.
not?
Bigby just
This
means
is
that-
important, and I'm glad it's being talked about.
You know why I asked him to destroy your tree. You were working with Crane and the Crooked Man.
It wasn't her fault.
You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me. You hated Crane, and you hated him for wanting to fuck you, and you being too soft to notice what he'd do to get it. It had nothing to do with a Crooked Man.
We've made some mistakes. I've made some mistakes. But believe me, I truly want what's best for this town. And that may not always be clear right away, but I want you all to know that I care deeply about all of you. And so does the sheriff.
Sí, señor.
Yeah, right.
I can't promise you perfection.
Things haven't been great for a while now, but we'll do better at protecting you from people like him.
The crooked man's been exploiting you, exploiting your hope for a better life. You would go to him for help, and he would take that weakness and add it to his strength.
Do you really think the crooked man cared about you? He just cared about your money. He cares about your obedience.
They're right.
You're all still afraid of him, even now. But you needn't be. His contamination of this town is over, and those girls will have their justice.
Very good, very good. The sentiment is surely appreciated, Miss White. But it doesn't disguise the fact that these accusations are completely unfounded. The sheriff simply doesn't have a particle of evidence linking me to the...
Georgie was working for you. Bigby got a confession
A confession that nobody heard. Now, I'm no barrister, but I think such a statement would carry more weight if Bigby weren't the only one to whom Georgie spoke. Especially given Bigby's history.
What are you talking about?
Snow?
And what about your history? All you've done to this fucking town?
What do you mean there's no evidence?
Maybe he's... I mean, this doesn't feel right, how we're doing this. I just...
No entiendo, no sé de qué historia están hablando.
Tormented all of you for profit. Georgie
Let
killed
me just
him.
make sure I understand you. You're trying to say that I'm responsible for what Georgie did because he was working for me at the time, yes?
Yes.
Of course. Yes, you're responsible.
If I'm to blame for Georgie's mistakes, shouldn't Miss White be held accountable for Bigby's actions as well?
Like what?
How about the way he treated poor Tweedledee when he was in your custody? He was beaten to mashed apples while under your watch.
Under my watch.
Maybe he's right.
Did you think we'd all just let that go?
You can't be serious.
He was a suspect, and I needed answers.
Besides, Crane was still deputy mayor when that happened. Right before you decided to kidnap him.
It was for his own protection. Oh, you're right, dear. Crane was in charge. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
That's enough.
So, you won't answer for your employees' behavior, but I must perish for mine.
This is completely different.
I did not order those two girls dead. It simply never happened. Georgie killed Faith and Lily. End of story. They want to scapegoat me for their own tangled ends, but they refuse to answer for their own crimes.
This isn't right.
Oh, please.
This isn't the point.
We'll deal with them after we deal with you.
Listen, I know...
The laws apply when we need them.
That's
I
not
mean, a
true.
certain level of privilege should be afforded to...
To who?
This is how it's always been.
Yes. See, this is exactly to what I'm speaking. We lashed our ropes to this diseased world, and ever since, which one of us has been there for you? Who filled your lives with the promise of more? Who was there while they idly played in their towers, judging you, treating you as mindless children, too stupid to command your own destiny? Without me, who will pay your rent when you're on the verge of eviction? Who will dare challenge their brutality when it leaks to our dear citizens? Who will protect you from the big bad wolf? Who will be the...
Bigby! Miss White!
Excuse me, dear.
I wanted to make sure I had the chance to say something.
Why don't you take a moment to catch your breath as
What's
well?
she doing here?
I'd like to... I need to say something.
We're kind of in the middle of something.
Of course. Go right ahead.
You probably don't remember me. I don't know why I was afraid to come
My
here.
dear, I don't
Just
know
shut up. You enslaved us for years. Let us hear stories about what you do. Told us we would lose everything if we stepped just one toe out of line. And we couldn't say a word about it because of these damn ribbons. But you know what? Now it's my turn to talk.
How are you?
I found Vivian's body. Did you kill her? Did he?
Sheriff, this is highly irregular.
Be quiet.
We need to establish some order here.
Vivian killed herself back at the Pudding and Pie.
I'm sorry, I don't think
Nerissa! My name is Nerissa.
It's okay, my dear. It's going to be just...
He ordered them dead. This fucker. Faith and Lily.
That's a lie.
I was in the goddamn room when he did it. Faith and Lily are dead because of you.
And this just confirms it.
He made Georgie do it. It was always him. Georgie would have never done anything without his say-so. Ever.
You're going to take the word of a stupid...
At least 5 other girls will back me up on this. We all heard you say it.
Did you now?
Looks like we found our evidence.
She saw it firsthand.
He's guilty.
Good enough for me?
Me too.
Ya está, papá, sos culpable. No te quedas.
witching well.
No, that's too fucking easy for a crook like that.
What do you mean?
He's gotta pay for what he did.
Listen to yourselves!
You're all rats, fleeing from one sinking ship to the next. So quick to latch onto whatever will keep your miserable lives afloat. This is how you want to repay all I've done for you.
What, you take 2 people's lives away and now you want mercy?
You know we can't let you go free after this.
I could always rip your arms off first. Would you enjoy that?
Well done, then.
Now, for your sentence.
We don't have to become murderers.
What are you talking about?
He's guilty. I know that, but we don't have to kill anybody. We can imprison him. Lock him up forever. Somewhere he can never hurt anyone again.
How can we be sure he won't escape?
I can help. We'll use magic.
That's
I
not
assure
good
you.
enough.
Maybe
There will
she
be
has
more
a point.
if he isn't
Hasn't
stopped.
there been enough bloodshed
So we get
already?
rid of
It's too
him.
dangerous.
Get him out of here.
We can send him
Everyone,
away.
listen up! Clearly, we're having trouble agreeing on a suitable punishment. So I think
This is going nowhere.
someone needs to make a decision.
Who?
I hope you aren't suggesting yourself.
Why not?
Look, I'm making the call.
Why should you?
He is the only officially appointed representative here.
Right. Bigby should decide.
That makes sense to me.
I guess it does.
Okay.
Fine. Are you sure? This isn't how
It's what the people want, Miss White.
Okay. Mr. Wolf, it's your call.
Snow.
Just do what you think is right.
¿Matarlo? No, no quiero matarlo, eso estoy seguro.
Sheriff. Do what you think is right.
Teach him a fucking lesson.
Lo que voy a hacer es tirarlo al pozo. No lo voy a...
Everyone, I'm...
Not this way.
¡Ay! Tengo tiro que la culpa.
There you are. I hope you all remember this moment. Think of me when you try
Arrancarle la cabeza, encerrarlo o tirarlo al pozo. Lo podemos encerrar tranquilamente,
End it already.
pero lo vamos a tirar al pozo, prefiero.
me.
No, I won't.
Ok. Teníamos la decisión de o matarlo, sacarle la cabeza,
And Faith.
tirarlo al pozo o encerrarlo.
Another one of us to erase from
Pero bueno, no sé. Apartamentos de lujo de The Woodlands. Un día después. Esto después de que lo hayamos revoleado por el pozo. No sé. Me daba más seguridad si lo tiraba al pozo a que si no lo tiraba.
Hey, Sheriff. Are you gonna come see the truck off? We're leaving for the farm in a few. Thought you might want to. I don't know.
I'll be down in a minute.
Okay, great.
This fucking line.
Oh, Mr. Wolf, Flycatcher left his keys.
Right. Thanks.
I'm sorry, Sheriff. I have to take care of this. We'll talk later, okay?
¿Por qué el coche? No entendí.
Good morning, Miss White.
You're late.
Someone's gonna see you, Colin.
¿Qué tiene? ¿Cerveza, boludo? No entiendo. Ay, Dios mío. Ah, es increíble.
I'm going. Jesus.
We only have like 5 minutes.
And carry me, for fuck's sake. I don't give a shit. You forgot these.
Oh, thank you. It's been pretty busy around here.
Morning, Sheriff.
¿Qué pasó?
Nice fucking day.
¿Qué se tienen que ir a la granja?
Shit. Just go grab that, would you? It's just a farm. You don't have to be so...
Ah, al final sí van a la granja. Pensé que los había ayudado.
Did she have to send me and me boy away, huh? You promised me I'll get another chance. But Miss White said I had to go up to the damn farm anyway. I told her I had the money, but she didn't want to hear it.
Wait, Sheriff Bigby, I have something.
You know, he was up crying all night, poor kid.
Can you give this to Miss White, please? Dad says there's no time to say goodbye, so if you could bring it to her.
Yeah, sure.
Qué bronca, pensé que se había... No iban a tener que ir a la granja. Yo no quería que vayan a la granja, qué lástima.
It's a willow beetle.
For Miss White.
That's a big one. They're cool, because when they're little, they have these pouches that squirt juice at you if you touch them.
I'm sure she'll love it.
She said it was pretty.
We're about ready to head out.
What's it like at the farm? I've heard ogres live there, and they eat people in their sleep sometimes.
God, I hope not.
Do we have to go? I want to stay here.
Well, we don't have a choice anymore. I'm sorry, TJ. But, look on the bright side, okay? There's plenty of space to run around, and a nice river nearby, so you can swim all you want.
Even in daytime?
Yeah. You don't have to worry about the Monday seeing you. It'll be nice. Come on. It won't be so bad.
Have you been there before?
No. Some of the animals aren't comfortable around wolves. So you wouldn't know, would you?
We're all set.
Bye, Mr. Wolf.
Qué lástima.
Bye, TJ. Hey, Bigby. Where's your friend, Colin? Where's the fucking pig? How should I know?
Saying goodbye?
Hi.
Hi.
You're still wearing that thing.
Oh. Yeah. I guess I am. It's not easy to forget. I know it seems like I should be able to. It's just...
It's okay. I get it.
Listen, I came here because I have to tell you something.
What is it?
It's about what happened to Faith and Lily. I'm not sure where to start. Faith, Lily and I, we had this plan. we're gonna find a way out. Leave the pudding and pie for good. But then Faith decided to get some leverage. She stole a picture of Crane and Lily together. The minute Faith stole that photo, we had dirt on one of the Crooked Man's allies. If he found out, I had no choice. You have to understand. You've seen how they kept us quiet in that place. Can you imagine the lengths they'd go just to silence someone who had physical evidence?
Nerissa, just tell me what happened.
I freaked out, okay? I thought if I came clean to Georgie, he'd get the Crooked Man to leave us alone. We could just forget the whole thing. Maybe try again in a few years.
You what?
So I told him everything. And I begged for mercy for all of us. I didn't want anyone to die over a picture.
Georgie didn't do mercy. You know that.
It could have been reasoned with. I was counting on that. Georgie promised he'd smooth things over with the Crooked Man. But then... Oh, God.
Bueno, se asustó, boludo.
I don't know what happened, but that night at the club, Georgie came back and told me things had changed. He had to make an example of us. We had committed treason. And while the two of us were sitting there, as he was telling me this, Faith walked in, and I had to watch while Georgie...
Wait, so Georgie told you all this? Not the Crooked Man? Back at the well, you said...
I know what I said.
But it wasn't the truth, was it?
O sea que mintió.
I know the Crooked Man did it. So what if it wasn't the whole truth? It was true enough.
So you think that makes it okay to lie?
I know he ordered their deaths. I wasn't gonna let him get away with it because of a stupid technicality. Especially after...
En pocas palabras, mintió.
That night, after Faith, I tried to warn Lily.
Las cosas que dijo del el hombre torcido, lo que era.
I left Faith's head at your doorstep.
Ah, encima esta es cómplice. Esta fue la hija de puta que dejó.
I walked her over here.
So, that piece of fabric I found near there, that was you?
Yeah. I cut my leg trying to get over the fence.
So you started all this.
¿Qué hija de puta?
I just pointed you in the right direction. People like us get forgotten all the time. The Crooked Man was counting on that. When we suffer, we do it in silence. And the world likes it that way. We just fade, like we never existed. I couldn't watch that happen to Faith. Or Lily. Nobody cares about us. Not really.
It's going to be different now, I promise. Things like that won't happen anymore. Not while I'm around.
You'll make things right. You and Snow.
I don't know. It seems like no matter what I do, it's just not enough for her. Or anyone. I just can't win with these people.
I know it might feel that way, but they need you, Bigby. Both of you. You two make a good team. The way you look out for each other, and look out for us. You don't see that a lot these days.
I don't really know where we stand anymore. Things are just... different.
Huh. Things are always different. Look, Bigby. After everything you've done for us, maybe they don't want to admit it, but without you, none of this would have happened. You listened when no one else would. You knew when to show mercy, and you brought justice to this town. Finally, because you brought the Crooked Man in, everyone saw who he really was. So from where I'm standing, you did the right thing. You've been given this job for a reason. And I left Faith at your doorstep because I knew if anyone stood a chance against the Crooked Man, it was you.
I hope I've at least done some good here.
You've changed this place. For better or worse, Fabletown wouldn't be the same without you. You're not as bad as everyone says you are.
I need to tell you something.
I have to tell you something.
I feel like we've met before.
You're trying to place me. You like my ribbon? Do you like it?
Faith wore one too. Would hide her beauty so she could escape his kingdom.
They used to call me the Little
Did
Mermaid.
Dr. Swinehart ever get back to you about Faith?
He said he wanted to run more tests. I hope you find what you're looking for.
¿Qué pasó? Voy, no sé. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Por qué voy tras ella?
I'll see you around, Wolf.
A ver, decía que vaya o que la deje, pero ¿qué? No sé, fui por ella porque no entendí. What the fuck? ¿Qué mierda hice? O sea, XD. No sé qué hice, lo juro por Dios. A ver, vamos a ver las decisiones del jugador. Ya terminé el episodio 5. Así que parece que, bueno, al final este capítulo sí va a ser el final. Así que nada, dice, bueno, what did you do to Jersey? ¿Qué le hiciste a Jersey? El 31% de los jugadores lo dejaron que Jersey muera. Otros lo mataron entonces, porque hay gente que la mayoría lo mató. Después hubo otra cantidad donde no lo mataron y... Bueno, como yo, que lo dejamos vivir. O sea, no lo dejamos vivir, lo dejamos que se muera. Pero asumo que la anterior, la otra opción era que muera. No sé. Did you give the Crooked Man trial? El 89% de los jugadores lo trajimos de vuelta, ¿sí? ¿Cómo trajimos al Crooked Man? O sea, el hombre torcido, ¿cómo lo trajimos? Lo trajimos vivo, esposado, lo trajimos al fin de cuentas. How did you punish the Crooked Man? ¿Cómo terminamos con el punishment? El 38% de los jugadores lo tiramos en el pozo este, el pozo del final, no sé cómo se llama el nombre del pozo. Lo tiramos por ahí. Muy poca gente lo tiró. Se ve que no es la decisión correcta, o a lo mejor no es la mejor. Estaba también la de o matarlo, que era una opción bastante viable también, o arrestarlo, o sea, meterlo como prisionero en la cárcel. Después, did you accept TJ? Si aceptamos el regalo de TJ, el 98% de los jugadores lo aceptaron. Hay un 2%, 2,5% seguro que no lo aceptó. ¿Qué hijos de puta? ¿Por qué no lo aceptarían? No entiendo. What were your last words to Nerissa? Tú y el 54% de los jugadores le dijeron I hope I done some good here. O sea, ¿cuáles fueron las palabras finales que le dijimos a Nerissa? I hope I do some good here. I hope, creo que hice algo bien aquí, no sé. No entendí muy bien el final. No entendí el final, cómo es que de repente empezó a enlazar palabras que le decían y de repente decía ve con Nerissa, ve a buscar a Nerissa o déjala. Yo la fui a buscar, pero no sé, la fui a buscar por literalmente no saber qué decisión tomar y no sabía qué me iba a llevar eso. Pero bueno, en fin, gente, vamos a ir dejando el video hasta acá. Vamos a ir dejando la serie. Ya llegó a su final. Hace poquito vi una imagen, vi un tráiler, mejor dicho, hace unos 5 días. O sea, dependiendo de cuando lo estoy grabando esto, ya hace como unos 5 días, hace unos meses. Para cuando ustedes lo vean, hace como unos días. Se subió un tráiler del siguiente The Wolf Among Us, que es el número 2, The Wolf Among Us 2. Se va a subir a este canal, lo más probable. Espero, no sé qué me pasará en el año que viene, no sé si seguiré haciendo videos, no sé. Pero lo que sí sabemos es que The Wolf Among Us 2 va a salir. Y si puedo traerlo al canal, obviamente que lo voy a hacer. Va a salir recién en 2023. Así que hay tiempo todavía. Hay tiempo para subirlo, para bajarlo, jugarlo y todo eso. Así que gente, sin más dilatación, espero que les haya gustado mucho el video de hoy y la serie también. Ya saben que si les gustó, no olviden darle like y suscribirse al canal si no lo están. Y nos vemos en un próximo video.